How do you next platform? Walk outside and just okay. Or you know what?
What's up, guys? We're gonna be starting in just a minute. Say hi in the chat so we know who's watching. That's the only way we actually know. We can't see the people's names who are watching the stream, so put it up there in the comments. We'll start in a few minutes.
So all the PlayStation guys throw it up.
Oh shit! Boss off the deck.
Yeah, I see it. You might go get like a PS4.
He's all like, oh,
Yeah, he's up there.
yeah.
Dude, that might be the way to get a PS4 like sponsorship. Maybe they'll like it so much. You know,
Well,
they'll just give you a whole bunch of free games.
That's how they can give you a little bundle.
You know, how's that work? Now we're stuck with just PS4 network, so you can't play with Xbox friends.
No, I mean everything's crossplay now, pretty much.
Oh, it is.
Pretty much.
I thought it was
Because
so.
you're a PC, you could play.
Okay, I thought they were so like super tribal with that shit.
The only thing is, like, some things make different games that don't cross over.
Okay. Well, yeah, I know that. 'Cause that was the whole thing. Like, why would
Here's the war doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta have some reason to go to an actual different console.
Right.
What? Like, fires.
I've only ever had one PlayStation 1, one PlayStation 2, one PlayStation 3. My PlayStation 2 still works. I had 6 360s, and then I've gone through one of these Xbox Ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to PlayStation. Spend the extra $50.
Thanks. I agree.
But I took it apart and put it out, so I'll see if it works. But I doubt it. But I broke the freaking wire off the Wi-Fi card, so I got to solder that. No, I got solder.
That's right. It's not a dual six. It's survival. Dude, that news video you sent me, like, or just a picture.
Yeah.
I legit thought that video about that was
Dude, also,
I thought
I got another announcement.
it was gonna be good.
We're gonna be changing our name. We're no longer gonna be Temp Plant Detroit. We're gonna be Temp Plant Livonia.
Switching it, really?
Yep,
Oh
because
man.
there's gonna be an actual temp plant in Detroit.
That's what you're
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Is that like in the works right now?
Oh yeah, it's in the works. It's actually it's a done deal. I just need to get everything put together.
Dope.
None of your business. None of your business, John.
Why don't they be like 10 plant downtown?
Well, it has to have the city name. So it could be downtown Detroit and Detroit, but then I have a feeling that people are going to get confused and show up at the wrong place and the wrong time. And then every time someone calls, like, hey, is this 10 Plant Detroit? I'm like, yes.
Is that a
Do
problem?
you want Detroit or downtown Detroit?
Is that a lot of the problem like they do in West LA?
Yes. Yeah. So I think we're going to change this to 10 Plant Livonia. And, but yes, we will have a new location, downtown Detroit, Michigan Avenue, right across the street from Lafayette, Coney Island. That will be up and running as soon as the pandemic is over. So we will have classes. I'm opening it. So I'm not going to be teaching all the classes. One of my brown belts, Tracy Dawson, will be in charge of the majority of the classes there. I'll be teaching there once a week. So we'll have a new location opening up as soon as we're allowed to open. What's up, Michael? Good to see you, man. Everybody who's watching, say hi in the chat so we know who's here. We can't see a list of who's watching, so make sure you leave us a little comment. But yeah, the opportunity came up. We're going to be inside of CrossFit in the D. So that's a well-established CrossFit gym in downtown Detroit. So we're going to be basically running evening classes Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 9 p.m. And then Saturday, we're going to have a noon class followed by a 2-hour open mat. So we'll have 2 huge opportunities for open mat every weekend, Saturday at 10 Planet Detroit, and then Sunday at 10 Planet Livonia. Memberships don't carry over because each 10 Planet gym is owned by different people. But what we do is if you have a membership at one 10 Planet and you want to drop in at Royal Oak or Pontiac or the downtown location, instead of paying the $25 drop-in fee, it's only $10. So that's how that works. And if you have a weird situation like you live next to one gym but you work next to the other and you want to do a split membership, that's something we can work out with the individual gyms. But we have it's done by a case-by-case basis. Okay, and we don't like to do it if we don't have to. So it just creates a headache.
Telephone.
Yeah,
Yeah, like at school.
yeah, exactly. There's
See how
stuff.
long you get away with it. See
Weird
if-
stuff like that happens, and then people fall through the cracks, and the next thing you know, someone's been training for a year and a half for free. And
Seen that.
it's real shit. Yeah, we've all seen that happen.
Go back to it.
What's up, Newsom family? Hope you guys are doing well. We'll start up in just a minute here. Who we got? We got Layla. What's up? We got the Solis family. How's it going? Jorge and Tracy. Kevin Rigel. What's up, Kevin? Michael Kazmarek is in here. What's up? Daniel Newsom. Good to know. I think it's a little about drop-ins. Yes. We finally solidified our drop-in policy. All gear here in Livonia and Detroit are just going to be the same. It's just going to say 10th Planet Detroit. It's going to have the same logo. We're not changing the gear at all. So don't worry about that. What's up, John? How's everything up in Saginaw? Hope you're doing well. Huh?
Detroit. Say Detroit.
Yeah.
I would say pretend. Yeah, I change Detroit.
Well, it's funny too because all the Michigan 10 planets have a city name, but none of them are actually in the city proper. 10 Planet Detroit is in Livonia. 10 Planet Royal Oak is in Clawson. 10 Planet Pontiac is in Waterford. And 10 Planet Saginaw is in another small town just outside of Saginaw. So I don't know what it is, John. Maybe you could fill us in. Yeah, it's just kind of for recognition of like the area that you're in more than anything else. Because if I were to put 10 Planet Livonia when we first opened up, nobody knew. Well, actually, funny story about that. 10 Planet Ann Arbor was technically in Pittsfield Township. We were literally just across the border. So we weren't technically even in Ann Arbor at that time. So 10 Planet Pittsfield Township. Yeah, John's right. We're all frauds. All righty. So hope everyone's doing well, staying safe and healthy during the lockdown. Hopefully you're stuck in a house that you got a training partner. I know a lot of you have family members that train or family members that you can at least get a couple of reps on. Yeah, Saginaw is in Thomas Township. So, I don't know how well that's going to go, but yeah. Anyway, we're officially changing our name to 10th Planet Livonia, and the downtown Detroit location will be opening up as soon as the lockdown is over with. So big news. Big things coming up.
Still Metro.
Yeah, it's still Metro. Like, you're still in the metropolitan area, so what can you do?
Right by the Coney Island too.
Well, no, Chris Malgeri was a fraud. I'm not going there. I'm not touching that one, John. My cat's a terrible training partner. Well, you just got to keep training him. I've seen some cats pull off some pretty sneaky jujitsu.
This has got a good double leg.
Yeah, he does. All right, so the topic for today is going to be reverse ashi. Specifically, how do we attack from there? Different things that you're looking for when you're settling into the position. And in addition to that, we're going to take an in-depth look at toe holds, how to do them, the proper mechanics, and when you should be going for them. So let's start with the toe holds. When it comes to toe holds, I see so many people diving after them, not caring about position, not caring about controlling another limb, and things tend to go horribly wrong. Okay, because anytime I put someone in a toe hold, it's relatively straightforward. You should give me your bag.
None of them are good. You're good.
All right, turn on your side. There we go. So when we're going for a toe hold here, it's a twisting motion, and all Nick has to do is turn with that twist, and he's out. My grip kind of dissolves. So it's like I need to immobilize another part of his body. Usually that's done by immobilizing another limb. So if I'm attacking his right leg, I can be sitting on his left leg. Or two, I can be latching onto his leg higher up where I'm attacking. So if I'm attacking his right foot, I'm latching onto his right thigh and immobilizing. Okay, so let's, anytime you go after a toe hold, you have to immobilize something. Okay, otherwise he's just going to keep turning and turning and spin out of it. And you never want to sacrifice position going after it, going after a toe hold, just for them to spin out. Okay, so let's take a look at the mechanics. Put the foot again, turn it side. All right, so we're going to start by getting a C cup on the knuckles of the toes, right here. This is just to give me a strong grip so I can wrap the other arm around it, and it's kind of like a Kimura grip, okay? Once I connect and grab onto my own forearm, I'm actually going to take my thumb out. So I'm going from thumb around to thumb out once I connect the second hand here, okay? Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see is people going for toe holds in their armpits. See how the foot is over here? I never want to go here because I don't have much leverage. What I want to do is put the foot on my center line here, okay? Now I'm going to torque the foot forward away from me like a motorcycle handle here. Once it stops folding, now I'm going to take his big toe and I'm going to rotate in a circle and try to touch it to his ankle bone. Okay, so C cup, complete your grip, take the thumb out. I'm going to fold it forward and then rotate it in order, in order to get the tap. Okay. So an analogy that I like to use is that in one hand you have a Coke can, okay, and in the other arm here you're holding onto a coffee tin. All right. So I have a Coke can, wrap up the coffee tin. I take my thumb out, still holding the Coke can. Now what I want to do is crush both of them simultaneously. I want to crush this one in, and then I want to pinch my elbows in and crush the coffee tin that I'm holding right here in front of me. Okay, that's the mechanic that you're using in order to cause a break with the toe hold. Okay, it's important that we take all the slack out of the ankle first before we try moving the big toe to the ankle bone. That's what this initial forward fold is doing. It takes all the slack out of the ankle, so there's tension all the way through here, all the way through the outside of his ankle, and then we apply the braking pressure. Okay. So if there are any questions about the actual mechanics of the toe hold, leave them in the comments. So need a quick drink. Be right back. Show NC your rear action real quick. Yes.
Rear. Starting an action. We're in action, foot's on the hip. In nice and deep. From here, hands to the mat. Start to get our feet, our knees to the mat here. Push back into it. Rear ride. Yes. Do it again.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, so we're going to start in Ashigarami. Switch to outside Ashi. Nope. Yeah, switch to outside Ashi. Good. Now, once both our feet are on the outside, both hands go to the mat, and we turn our hips so that they face the mat. Right here. Now, there's basically two modes for rear Ashi. Mode number one is control. If you just want to control the position, you're straightening out both your arms, pushing your palms into the mat and dropping your butt down. You want to put as much weight on your butt and pin their hip to the mat as humanly possible. Okay, that's a really crucial piece here. Now, go back for a second. Mode number two, when you switch from outside Ashi to rear Ashi, is the exact opposite. Instead of sitting your butt back, you're going to sit your hips forward. Okay, and you're basically going to do this. You're basically going to be sprawling down. Yes, so turn right there. Yeah, right there on top. Okay, this is more of an attack mode. Okay, now you can drop your knee or your hips into his knee, and it all depends on what direction his knee is pointing. Go ahead and rotate it this way so you're staring at the camera, Connor. Right there. Let's say Connor's toes are pointing straight up. right there. This is when attack mode is very dangerous because now Nick is going to sprawl hips to the mat and just go straight knee bar from here. Yes. If you rolled Nathan Orchard in the last year, he's hit this on you multiple times, repeatedly, from just about everywhere. Okay, so go ahead and watch. Nope, stay facing the camera. Yep, right there. So right here, he's in outside Ashi. He's going to swivel his hips, and right here, instead of dropping his butt back, he's going to drop his hips straight to the mat. Right there. So this is attack mode. This is how you're going to attack a knee bar right from the top.
Where do you want my head? Do you want my head on the mat or anything?
No, just right
kinda
there.
chilling?
Yeah, just kind of chilling here. Okay. So those are the two modes for rear ashi. For the most part, we're going to settle into positional control, rear ashi, where you're dropping your butt back, because most people aren't just going to leave their toes pointing straight up when you swivel in this position. Because right now you should feel like, oh crap, I'm in a knee bar. Yeah. It's very, very intuitive from Connor's standpoint to be like, oh yeah, I'm in trouble here. I definitely shouldn't move. I shouldn't leave this where this is. Okay, so he's going to point his knee one way or the other, point his toes one way or the other. Okay, now we can attack the primary leg or we can attack the secondary leg when we're in this rear ashi. That's what makes it so versatile. Okay, so let's start with just attacking the primary leg. Okay, so it all depends on the alignment of his knee and where his toes are pointing. Okay, let's say his toes are pointed inward. Yeah, just like that. Right now, that's screaming toe hold. So Nick is just going to wrap in a toe hold and finish it right here. Exactly. So that's what happens when the toes are pointed in. Okay, toes are pointed straight up. Okay, Nick's going to go knee bar. So he drops his hips into attack mode. Straight to the mat. And that's how he gets attacked.
Trying to stay center, right on top of it.
Yes, you're trying to stay right on top. You want his knee and his shin aligned with your center line. Okay, as long as you can keep that on your center line and a strong knee line, meaning that his knee is above your thighs, not below your thighs, you're going to get the tap on this one. Okay, be very careful going for this one live because you're moving your hips down with gravity. It's very easy to go a little too hard on this one and pop something's knee. Okay, finally, if the toes are pointing out, okay, toe hold's not there anymore, knee bar isn't quite there anymore, so what Nick is going to do is spin to 411. He's going to step his inside leg flat on the mat, swivel, and now right there he goes into the heel hook. Because of the orientation of his foot, that heel is wide open, and it's easy to snag during the rotation. So a quick review.
Just being still. So much being still.
What's up?
I said, God says just being still. It's just being still. Just
Just mental training, Connor. We're training you old school monks. All right, you're laying on a bed of nails, and bashing bricks over your stomach with sledgehammers. All right, Donald, what's up, man? Glad you could join us. Better late than never. All right, so we're going over attacking the primary leg from rear ashi. Scoot back just 10 minutes. And now let's turn this way. Yep, right there. Perfect. We're in outside ashi. Nick is going to swivel his hips to rear ashi, and he's going positional control here, so he's dropping his butt to the mat. All right? So it all depends on the orientation of Connor's knee and his foot. If his toes are pointed in, Nick is going toe hold. Right there. His toes are pointed straight up. He's going to drop his hips to the mat and go knee bar. Right there. If his toes are pointed out, he's going to spin to 411 and go immediately into the heel hook, smacking himself in the face in the process.
Like to hit the face before I hurt somebody else.
Exactly. It wakes you up.
Yeah.
So, attacking the primary leg, like I said, depends on his the knee and foot orientation. And all you got to do is look at it. It's right in front of your face. And you just got to figure out. All right, in, toe hold, straight, knee bar, outside, spin and heel hook. Okay, so that is the easiest way to approach attacking the primary leg for rear ashi. Okay, another way that we can attack the primary leg is to go back to outside ashi and hit the outside heel hook. Okay. Sean Applegate calls this process funneling. Because let's say Connor's doing a really good job at hiding his heel. Okay, so he's rotating his toes out and his heel in behind Nick's back. So it's really hard for him to lace up the heel hook. Okay, so what Nick is going to do is turn his hips, put his head on the floor, and lace up the heel hook grip now. Yes. Once the heel grip is in, he returns back to outside ashi, and it's locked in all the way. Okay. Now, the better you get at this, the more reps you get, the less and less you're going to have to turn your hips. So right now, you want to practice going all the way to rear ashi, head on the mat, lock in the grip, return. Boom, there's your attack. And then now rotating almost to rear ashi, locking it in, returning. And now just rotating a little bit. Yes. So the more practice and the more reps you get on this funneling technique, the less you're going to have to actually turn and pivot towards that rear ashi position. So this is pretty comprehensive now, how to attack the primary leg. So number one, funnel back to outside ashi and outside heel hook. Right there. Rear ashi. Rear ashi. His toes are pointed in. Toe hold. His toes are pointed up. Knee bar. Yep. Toes are pointed out. Spin to 411. And right to the heel hook. Okay. Brandon Holiday, I'm here. What did I miss? Go back and watch the video, Brandon.
Yeah.
You missed attacking the primary leg from rear ashi. So now let's look at the toe hold knee bar combination. This one, you're going to attack a toe hold on the secondary leg. This is one of my favorite attacks. I learned it as a white belt way back in the day. Okay, Layla asked, for the knee bar, are his legs figure four or ankles crossed? Ankles crossed. Ankles crossed. If you go figure four, if you triangle your legs, it's going to leave too much space. They might be able to retract their knee line out. Okay, so right now, you just want to cross your ankles and keep the knee squeezed together. So let's turn. Yep. So Nick turns to rear ashi, and Connor has his toes point straight up. Okay, when he goes for the knee bar, he's going to keep the ankles crossed as he drops his hips to the ground. Right there. If he goes full triangle, you can feel there's more space, right, Connor? And he can start retracting his knee line out. Okay, so that's a very good question. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to mention that. Okay, thank you, Layla. Now, back to the task at hand. Was the ankle switch on purpose? Just whatever feels comfortable at the time.
And me.
Oh yeah, for Nick it was his knee, sensitive knee. So whatever's comfortable, the ankle cross doesn't matter as much here. No problem. All right, so let's go back to the rear ashi, and you're going to face the camera. Connor's going to face the camera. I just provide Connor the camera. All right, so he's in rear ashi. He's holding the position. Now, a great thing to do here is to overhook the secondary ankle and fall on it. Right there. Okay. Now what Nick is going to do is keep his hips pointed 90 degrees to the mat. And he's going to triangle his legs with a knot at the bottom towards the floor. That way. Exactly. This hides his feet. If he triangles the other way, Connor can grab his foot and start going after a toe hold himself. Okay. We just don't want to leave the foot dangling. Pull it in front of you, Connor. Go do it again. Pull it in front of your chest. Now toe hold it. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to deal with any of that stuff. I never want to leave my feet open while attacking. It's one of the reasons why 411 is such a powerful position, because your feet are hidden. Okay? Yeah. So from here, he's got the toe hold on the bottom leg. Here. His weight is on the leg, holding it down, and he's got the triangle on the other leg. So he's immobilizing two limbs right now. Okay? And now he can go for the toe hold finish. Okay, that's attack number one. Now, the most common response, the thing that you're going to see more than ever, is Connor is going to try to use his free leg, which is the primary leg, to kick off Nick's grip. Nick is fine with that. He's just going to put the heel in his armpit, the other armpit. Yep, a knee bar. right there. It's also hard because Connor's keeping his hips completely flat.
Yeah.
You're gonna turn a little bit, Connor. Like that, yeah. When he falls. Right there.
Is this one of the few instances you want to put a knee bar?
Yes. This is one of the few times I recommend the shotgun knee bar.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you're gonna put in your armpit and finish. Okay. There is no corkscrew if there are no feet within reach. So yeah, if Nick leaves that foot dangling in the triangle, then yeah, he can probably corkscrew it. Here, he falls on it. Now he triangles upward. Connor can corkscrew that foot. But if he goes triangle down, there are no feet to corkscrew. Okay. Now, he falls on it. Connor's natural reaction is going to be to turn on his side like he is now. Once he kicks off the grip, you're just going to feed that into your armpit. You're going to grab the outside of your thigh and then hit through right there for the knee bar. Top leg, he can't really pull that into place. So Connor can try to go for that corkscrew lock, but there's not really much there for him to attack. Okay, especially if Nick is squeezing his knees together and clamping his heels in like he should be. There's no way he's going to be able to pull Nick's top leg off. Yeah, not even close. He's got to undo that triangle and then pull it into place and then go after it. Okay, so let's go here one more time.
Sorry.
So I'll have to work out. Maybe I'll be able to do it.
He just needs more pre-workout.
It's really checked on. All right. Something like C4 stuff.
Oh God, not C4.
It's a girl used to work out, so she's black. She used to do that. It's weird.
No kidding.
Yeah. Last time she ever took it, man.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah. I mean, at the gym, I was.
So you have to go after this toe hold legitimately. You have to really go for it. Okay, if you just kind of go here because you're thinking the knee bar, then they're not going to give you that foot. So go after that toe hold here, and then when they defend with their free leg, feed that into your armpit. Grab the outside of the thigh, make sure the alignment is proper, and then hit through the knee. Yeah, right there. There you go. Okay. John up 3-2-1 says top leg underhook swim move. I don't know what that means. Top leg underhook and swim move. To a corkscrew? I don't know. I'm not sure what you're talking about, John. Never mind. Okay, I will. Never mind. All right. So that is what?
So you must say corkscrew bag.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. How to get to the corkscrew by doing an underhook and a swim move, but maybe.
Dragging it across.
Maybe. I'm sure somebody on Instagram has a video on that. But these are the high percentage attacks that you want to go for from this rear ashi position. In particular, the knee bar toe hold combination is extremely powerful. Watch Gary Tonon's match with is it Henner? Yeah, Henner Gracie. Henner Gracie versus Gary Tonon. This is exactly how he finished him. He went to rear ashi, went after the toe hold. He went to kick the grip off, boom, fed it right to the knee bar and got the finish. And it was he made it look easy. Okay, so that's my favorite way to attack because I'm controlling both legs, and it gives me two very strong possibilities to finish. Attacking the primary leg, that's fine. That's fine too. You've got a ton of options: outside heel hook, inside heel hook, toe hold, and knee bar. Okay. Now remember too, rear ashi is just another position in the cycle. So you can, if you're stuck there or if you draw a blank, you have a ton of different ways out of there as well. You go back to outside ashi, you can spin to 411. You can back it up and go to Russian cowboy, start attacking from there. You can turn it into a Sailor Jerry, Captain Morgan type position, and go for all your attacks from there. There's so many different options, and that makes it very, very versatile. So if there are no other questions there, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to throw it over to Nick for a little bit of wrestling review. You did snap down. Oh, the underhook stuff, yeah. So Nick's next block of techniques in wrestling is going to revolve around the underhook. So watch out for those videos next week. This week is all just basic leg lock positioning, transitions like the cycles, and basic finishes. And then next week, we're going to get into some escapes and then a little more complicated techniques. So I'm going to hand over to Nick for a little bit of wrestling, and then we'll wrap things up. If you want to see anything else, leave it in the comments. Thanks, guys. Okay.
Whatever, underhook stuff. Underhooks, there's usually, you want to go after a single leg anytime you can. It's usually your go-to. So if I get my underhook in, I get my collar tie, looking to punch my underhook in, I want to circle to it. Usually that single leg is going to be right there. It's staring at you. Because even if go ahead and resist me as hard as you want, pinch this overhook down as hard as you can. All you have to do is a little bit of lift, and you're going to look to step to this leg and drop your level. So as I lift, step and drop. Resist me as hard as you can. You're in your MMA fight, right? It's this world championship. Yep. Take it slow. Just get right to it. All I have to do is lift it up, step to it, drop my level, connect my hands on it. Okay? So from here, get my underhook in. There's nothing too fancy about underhook. There is little tricks. So you can go like fingers on the inside on the grip here. So I have his wrist here, fingers on the inside because I have to rotate in. A lot of times in live situations, when you grab people's wrists, though, they just tend to yank it back. So as I start doing something, he's just going to yank it. So really, I think it's just step in and get your underhook. Because a lot of times, again, if I start going for this and you ain't started that, I can punch in and get my underhook and drop my level here now. Once we're in on the single leg here, connecting our hands, head is up, eyes are up. From here, I like to go ahead and go for my Navy finish because that gives me a built-in pass and it's kind of a smash type of takedown. So I'm pinching at the knees. Now I can let go with my hands here. My back hand goes behind the hip, front hand goes behind the knee, and now I'm going to go back my hand behind his knee here so that I don't pop my elbow. So I'm here. Now I just rotate in here. My knees are still pinched, and now I can back step and keep my hand on the inside here so he doesn't close up the guard. And then I'm inside control. Again. My stance, I got my collar tie, doesn't matter, you can go lead hand, back hand, your free hand is going to be your underhook hand. Here. Okay. From here, go to your overhook here, resist me. So I'm stepping to it, drop my level. Now I'm keeping my head up. Keeping my head up, right in the center of his chest here, pinching at his knee. So now I can go behind the hip, behind the knee. All right, rotate here. My knees are still pinched. Keep turning. All the way. Keep turning. My hand is still in between, and I posted it on the mat right here, so now you can't close up a half guard or anything. And I work up into side control here. One more time on that. Here. That palm, get my underhook in here. Again, even if he's square with me, even if I can't circle to get hip to hip, I can still just jack this up and step to it, drop my levels, and it's there. From here, pinch at the knee, behind the hip, behind the knee, and rotate. Back step into side control. Another take on I like on that underhook that kind of has a built-in pass is the knee pick. And that one requires you getting to the hip though. So once I'm here, I really have to get hip to hip, and now I'm pinching turn this way. I'm grabbing his hip. So once I get hip to hip, I drop my underhook from his shoulder down to his hip. So now as he tries to circle away, I can stay attached here. From here, my free hand is going to look for wrist control. I want to make sure I get in front of his hip. I don't want to be behind it because he can still throw me here. If he kicks hard here, he can start throwing me. So I want to make sure I get in front because now I can throw here. Because now I'm going to look to do the exact same thing. I'm kicking straight back. I don't like to necessarily kick to the floor because somebody tall like Connor that doesn't take them off balance. So I kick all the way back. That gets him kind of spinning on one foot. I go from the wrist control hand down to the knee. And now I just drive past that right into my knee slice here. Pinning it down on the far side and finish. Sometimes that if you kick real hard on that, it's enough to just send them flip it over. You don't have to hit the knee tap. But if there's a height difference like this, I'm going to have to always go for the knee tap. Or if they just have good balance. Like if you know Brandon Holiday, if you go for that, you're going to never hit the knee tap. Again, underhook. I jack this underhook up as I'm circling here so I can look to get hip to hip, catch his hip. I can grab his wrist I'm gonna rotate you, so when you're moving with me, trying to circle away, that's fine. I'm gonna look to kick up and back here. Okay? As soon as I kick, now I'm looking to drop the knee, drop. I have an underhook, and I flatten them out. See where you land on your butt real quick? Face them. Where we land right there is literally the exact same knee slice position that we're looking for. As I throw it across, knee comes across, I land with this underhook here, and then it's just finished, kicking off that leg, and then side control. All the way through. But something like this. 1, 2, get hip to hip, kick, cross, right into our knee slice. Let me know if you guys got any questions on that.
All right, guys. That was a little preview of the wrestling coming up. That's it for today's live stream. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you missed anything, you can always click on the link and go back and rewind through the video. So don't forget that the live streams are archived, so you can go back and watch them. What's up, Craig? How you doing, man? When did you sneak in here? Yeah, so anyway, like I said, we had a pretty big development. We're changing our name to 10 Plant Livonia because we are setting up a downtown Detroit location that will take over the name 10 Plant Detroit. We hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. We hope everybody's healthy, and we're going to do our best to keep giving you guys jiu-jitsu throughout this pandemic. So thank you guys for sticking with us. Have a good night. And stream.